The silent rise of kidney disease, what science reveals and how you can protect yourself. Part 1. Good morning, friends. Let me begin today not with science, but with a real-life story. A few months ago, a man in his early 40s came to a clinic. He was not someone who looked sick. In fact, he appeared quite normal. He was working, managing his family, active in his daily routine. Like most people, he believed he was generally healthy. He had a few minor complaints, nothing alarming. He said, "Doctor, I feel a little tired these days. Sometimes my legs feel slightly heavy in the evening. I wake up once or twice at night to pass urine." Now, these are very common complaints. Most of us would ignore them. Even he ignored them for many months. There was no pain, no major illness, no dramatic symptom. But one thing had changed. His energy was slightly less than before. Finally, just as a routine check, some blood tests were done. And what they found was surprising. His kidney function was already significantly reduced. Not mildly reduced, but already in a stage where damage had been happening for years. The most shocking part was this. He had no idea. He never felt seriously sick. He continued his normal life, completely unaware. When we looked deeper into his lifestyle, the pattern became clear. He was busy, so he skipped proper hydration. He consumed tea and packaged drinks more than water. His diet included a lot of processed and salty foods. He had little time for physical activity. He was under constant work stress. Occasionally, he took painkillers for body aches. None of these habits seemed dangerous individually, but together, over years, they created silent damage, slowly affecting his blood vessels, slowly affecting his metabolism, slowly affecting his kidneys. And because the kidneys do not complain early, the damage continued silently. By the time it was detected, a significant portion of kidney function was already lost. Now, let me ask you a question. How many people around us are living exactly like this? Feeling slight fatigue, slight swelling, slight changes in urination, but ignoring it. How many people believe, "I am okay, nothing serious," because there is no pain? This is the reality of kidney disease. The most important realization: kidney disease does not begin with suffering. It begins with small, silent changes. A little less energy, a little more stress, a little imbalance in lifestyle, and slowly, over time, these small changes accumulate, until one day, the body can no longer compensate. Turning point in the story. When this man understood his condition, his first reaction was not fear, it was regret. He said something very important. "If I had known earlier, I would have changed my habits." This sentence is very powerful because it reflects what most people feel, but too late. Message for the audience. So today, I want to tell you something clearly. This lecture is not for people who are already very sick. This lecture is for people who believe they are still okay, because that is the stage where the greatest opportunity exists. The opportunity to prevent, the opportunity to reverse early changes, the opportunity to protect long-term health. Strong motivational bridge. Your kidneys are working for you 24 hours a day. They are silent, they are efficient, they do not complain. But that silence should not make us careless. It should make us more aware, because silent organs require conscious care. So today, let us understand what the kidneys actually do, why modern life is silently damaging them, why early disease goes unnoticed, and what signals we should not ignore. Because once we understand this clearly, we can begin to take control, not with fear, but with awareness, not with complicated steps, but with simple, practical changes. Let us begin this journey of understanding, before the body is forced to speak loudly through disease. Let us first understand what the kidneys actually do. Let me begin with a question that may seem simple, but has a very deep implication for all of us. How many of us think about our kidneys on a daily basis? Most people do not. When we think about health, we usually think about the heart, about sugar levels, about blood pressure, or sometimes about the brain. But the kidneys remain in the background, quiet, unnoticed, and often ignored. And yet, I want you to understand something very important today. The kidneys are among the most important organs in the body, and they work silently every moment to keep us alive and in balance. The problem is not that the kidneys are unimportant. The problem is that they are too silent. They do not complain early. They do not produce obvious symptoms in the beginning. They do not give us clear warnings until significant damage has already occurred. And because of this silent nature, kidney disease often progresses for years without being detected. So today's discussion is not just about kidney disease. It is about understanding how the body maintains balance, how modern life is disturbing that balance, and how disease begins quietly long before we notice it. If you understand this properly, you will not only understand kidney health, you will understand how to protect your entire body. Let us start from the basics. What exactly do the kidneys do? Most people have a simple idea that the kidneys filter waste from the blood. While this is true, it is only a small part of their function. The kidneys are not just filters, they are intelligent regulators of the body's internal environment. Every minute, a large amount of blood passes through the kidneys. They carefully examine this blood and decide what needs to be removed and what needs to be retained. They remove waste products such as urea and creatinine, which are produced by normal metabolism. But at the same time, they ensure that essential substances are preserved. They regulate the balance of water in the body. If you drink more water, they excrete more. If you drink less, they conserve it. This constant adjustment keeps the body stable. They also regulate electrolytes, substances like sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium. These may sound like simple minerals, but they are essential for life. They control nerve signals, muscle contractions, heart rhythm, and brain function. Even a small imbalance in these can have serious consequences. In addition, the kidneys maintain the acid-base balance of the body. The body must maintain a very precise pH level for cells to function properly. The kidneys help regulate this balance continuously, but the role of the kidneys goes even beyond this. They act as endocrine organs. They produce hormones that influence other systems in the body. For example, they produce renin, which helps regulate blood pressure. They produce erythropoietin, which stimulates the production of red blood cells. They also activate vitamin D, which is essential for bone strength and immune function. So when we look at the kidneys, we must understand that they are not just filters. They are central regulators of internal balance, quietly coordinating multiple systems at the same time. Now, let us understand what happens when the kidneys begin to lose this ability. When kidney function starts to decline, the body slowly begins to lose its internal stability. Waste products that are normally removed start to accumulate in the blood. This leads to symptoms such as fatigue, loss of appetite, nausea, and mental dullness. Fluid balance is also affected. The body begins to retain excess fluid, which can lead to swelling in the legs, puffiness in the face, and even fluid accumulation in the lungs. Blood pressure begins to rise because the kidneys play a key role in regulating it. Electrolyte imbalances start to occur. For example, potassium levels may rise, which can affect the heart. Sodium levels may fluctuate, affecting brain function. These changes can become dangerous if not corrected. Another important effect is anemia. Because the kidneys produce erythropoietin, reduced kidney function leads to reduced production of red blood cells. This results in weakness, fatigue, and reduced oxygen delivery to tissues. At the same time, the activation of vitamin D is impaired. This leads to bone weakness and mineral imbalance. So we can see that when the kidneys fail, it is not just a kidney problem. It becomes a whole body problem, affecting multiple systems simultaneously. Now let us address a very important question. Why are kidney problems increasing in modern times? This is not a coincidence. It is the result of changes in our lifestyle, environment, and daily habits. One of the major factors is diet. Modern diets are high in refined sugars, processed foods, unhealthy fats, and excess salt. These dietary patterns lead to insulin resistance, high blood pressure, and chronic inflammation. All of these directly damage the small blood vessels in the kidneys. Another major factor is physical inactivity. Many people today lead sedentary lives. This reduces blood circulation, promotes weight gain, and contributes to metabolic disorders. Chronic stress is another important contributor. Modern life exposes individuals to continuous psychological stress. This keeps the body in a constant state of alertness, increasing stress hormones such as cortisol. Over time, this affects blood pressure, inflammation, and blood flow to the kidneys. Environmental toxins also play a role. Exposure to pollutants, chemicals, and additives in food increases the burden on the kidneys, which must filter these substances. In addition, there is widespread use of medications, including painkillers and other drugs, which can affect kidney function when used excessively or without proper monitoring. Perhaps the most important factor is that early kidney dysfunction is not detected. Because it is silent, people do not seek medical attention until significant damage has already occurred. So kidney disease today is not a sudden event. It is the result of long-term accumulation of stress on the body. One of the most important concepts to understand is why kidney disease remains silent in the early stages. The kidneys have a remarkable ability to compensate. Even when some of the filtering units are damaged, the remaining ones increase their activity to maintain function. This means that blood tests may still appear normal in the early stages. As a result, the person may feel completely fine. There may be no pain, no major symptoms, nothing alarming. However, subtle signs may begin to appear. These may include mild fatigue, slight swelling, foamy urine, increased urination at night, or a gradual increase in blood pressure. These signs are often ignored or attributed to other causes. By the time clear symptoms develop, a significant portion of kidney function may already be lost. This silent progression is what makes kidney disease particularly dangerous. To truly understand kidney health, we must look beyond symptoms and examine the underlying mechanisms. One of the key factors is vascular health. The kidneys depend on a network of tiny blood vessels. If these vessels become stiff or damaged, blood flow is reduced and filtration is affected. Another major factor is insulin resistance. Frequent consumption of refined carbohydrates leads to repeated spikes in blood sugar and insulin. Over time, the body becomes less responsive to insulin. This leads to high insulin levels, which contribute to high blood pressure, inflammation, and vascular damage. Mitochondrial function also plays a role. Kidney cells require a large amount of energy to perform their functions. If energy production is impaired, these cells cannot function or repair themselves effectively. Chronic inflammation is another important factor. Low-grade inflammation damages tissues over time, leading to scarring and reduced function. Finally, toxin exposure increases the burden on the kidneys, accelerating damage, so the kidneys are not failing in isolation. They are responding to systemic stress within the body. Lifestyle plays a central role in this process. Regular physical activity improves circulation, reduces insulin resistance, and helps maintain healthy blood pressure. In contrast, a sedentary lifestyle contributes to metabolic dysfunction and vascular damage. Diet has a direct impact on kidney health. A diet high in processed foods and low in nutrients increases the burden on the kidneys. Hydration is also important. Adequate water intake helps the kidneys remove waste efficiently. Poor hydration leads to concentrated toxins and increased stress on the kidneys. Sleep and stress management are equally important. Poor sleep and chronic stress disrupt hormonal balance and increase inflammation. These factors do not act independently. They interact with each other, creating a cycle that either supports health or promotes disease. In recent years, we are seeing kidney problems even in younger individuals. This is largely due to early exposure to unhealthy lifestyle factors. Children and young adults today are exposed to processed foods, sugary drinks, sedentary habits, and high levels of stress. As a result, conditions such as insulin resistance and high blood pressure are appearing at younger ages. This accelerates the process of kidney damage. What previously took decades to develop is now occurring much earlier. Before we move to prevention and management, it is important to understand one key principle. Kidney disease is not just a disease of the kidneys. It is a reflection of vascular health, metabolic health, lifestyle patterns, and most importantly, it is often preventable in the early stages. Let me conclude this part with a message I want you to remember. Kidney disease does not begin suddenly. It develops slowly, quietly, over years. But this also means that there is an opportunity to detect early, an opportunity to correct early, an opportunity to prevent progression. The same silence that allows disease to develop also allows prevention to take place quietly. Through awareness, through understanding, and through small daily changes, it is possible to protect kidney health. In the next part, we will discuss how to prevent kidney disease, how to support kidney function, and how to design a practical approach for long-term health. Thank you. Founder. Holistic Wellness Foundation, IMFAL.